The name of this story is called The Frog Prince. Now, if you are practicing storytelling, be sure to watch my hands and facial expressions. You can add a lot to your story by using your hands and face. Once upon a time, there was a king who had a daughter. He loved her very much and gave her expensive toys. Her favorite was a golden ball, which she played with most often. One day, the princess lost her golden ball in the garden pond and began to cry. "Who can help me?" A frog came by and said, "I can help you, but you must promise me something." The princess said, "I'll promise you anything you want." With that, the frog jumped into the pond and retrieved her ball, but the princess quickly ran off to eat dinner with her father. During dinner, there was a knock at the door. The princess got up to answer. When she saw it was the frog, she quickly closed it. The king asked, "Who was it?" And she said, "Nobody." Again, there was a knock, and again the princess insisted it was nobody. Finally, the king answered the door and saw the frog, who said, "I want to eat with the princess. She promised me." The king asked the princess, and she said, "Well, maybe." The king said, "What you promised, you must do." So the frog sat next to the princess for dinner. Then the frog wanted to play. The princess didn't want to, but the frog said, "You promised me." The king asked the princess, and she said, "Well, maybe." The king said, "What you promised, you must do." So they played together until bedtime. Then the frog said, "You have to give me a good night kiss." The princess was shocked, but then remembered that she had promised him, and what you promised, you must do. So she kissed the frog. Suddenly, he became a handsome prince. The princess was totally surprised. How could someone so ugly become so good-looking? He was kind and loving too. So she agreed to marry him right then and there, and they lived happily ever after.